Roots beneath the storms. In a quiet town on the edge of the countryside, there lived a bright, curious girl named Jahnvi. She lived with her loving parents in the city, but her heart often longed for the peace of the village, where her grandmother lived in a small cottage, surrounded by green fields and tall trees. Her grandmother, lovingly called Nani, was a woman full of warmth and joy. Her silver hair glowed like moonlight, and her laughter could melt the hardest of hearts. Every summer vacation, Jahnvi would rush to the village to spend time with her. They would sit under the mango tree in the backyard, where Nani told her stories from her youth, of courage, kindness, and wisdom passed down through generations. One quiet evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and painted the sky in hues of orange and pink, Jahnvi sat beside her grandmother and asked, "Nani, I want to be successful in life. Can you tell me how?" Her grandmother smiled softly and nodded. "Yes, Beta, I can, but first, you must learn something very important." The next morning, Nani took Jahnvi to the local nursery. She bought 2 small plants, both identical in size and kind. They brought them home and placed one plant inside the house near the window and the other outside in the garden. "I will water them both every day," Nani said. "Now you tell me, Jahnvi, which plant do you think will grow better?" Jahnvi thought for a moment and said, "The one inside. It won't have to deal with storms, winds, or animals. It's safe." Nani simply nodded and smiled, saying, "Let's see." Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and soon, years passed. Jahnvi grew up, got busy with school, exams, and new dreams. She couldn't visit Nani as often, but the memory of the 2 plants always stayed in some corner of her mind. 4 years later, Jahnvi returned to the village. She had changed, older, taller, full of questions, and still chasing that dream of success. As soon as she arrived, Nani hugged her tight and said, "Come, let me show you something." They walked to the window where the indoor plant was placed. It had grown a little, maybe a few feet taller. Jahnvi smiled. "See, I was right, it's grown well." Nani nodded. "Yes, it has." Then she led her outside. In the corner of the garden stood a mighty tree, tall and wide, with strong branches, deep roots, and green leaves dancing in the wind. Jahnvi gasped, This is the other plant." "Yes," Nani said gently, "the same one. But how? It faced so many storms, heavy rains, heat, and wild animals. How did it grow so strong?" Her grandmother's eyes twinkled. "Because it faced all of that. The winds shook it, but that made its roots grow deeper. The storms tested it, but that made its stem stronger. The sun made it stretch higher. Every hardship became a lesson, every challenge a teacher." Then she looked at Jahnvi and said, "Success is like that tree, my child. It doesn't grow in comfort, it grows through struggle. It grows when you face your fears, when you keep going even when it's hard. If you only seek ease, you may grow a little, but never strong. If you want to become like that tree, you must be willing to stand outside in the storm." Jahnvi stood there silently, the wind brushing her face, looking at the tree, not just with awe, but with new understanding. In that moment, something shifted in her. Nani placed a gentle hand on her shoulder and added, "Remember this too. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's a part of it. Don't be afraid to fall. Be afraid of not trying. Patience and persistence are your best friends. And always stay humble, like the tree that bends, not breaks." That day, Jahnvi didn't just learn about plants, she learned about life. She carried her grandmother's words with her, like a seed planted in her soul. And over the years, through every success and every setback, she remembered the 2 plants, and how strength grows in the soil of adversity. Moral of the story: true success comes not from avoiding difficulties, but from facing them with courage. Challenges strengthen us, just like storms strengthen trees. Comfort may feel safe, but only struggle helps us grow deep roots. Face life bravely, and no goal will ever be too far to reach. If you like my story, please subscribe my channel.